Hi, hello and welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us on this one. We are on a road trip to Himeville, where we're going to sleep for the night before going into Lesotho via Sani Pass. It's the next day, we are on Sani Pass Road and it's the middle of winter. This is not going to be like my other videos, this is going to be more vlog style with minimal editing, so it's going to be more of a point, shoot and talk. So hopefully you stick with me on this one. Sani Pass was started by the Basotho people when they used it as a footpath to gain access to South Africa for trade with their wool and mohair. We are on our way to Motebong Lodge in Lesotho for the night, so we'll only stop when we see something interesting. These are the remains of an old trading post here along Sani Pass Road. It's a bit windy here. I don't know much about it. That building still has walls, built entirely of stone, and this one here is of concrete and also still has walls. The rest are just pillars. We are leaving the South African border post now, and I suppose I should tell you a little bit about Sani Pass, given that this is one of the highlights for today. Now, that border post behind us there is about 1,964 meters above sea level, and the distance between the two border posts is about 8 kilometers, with the Lesotho border post at the height of about 2,873 meters. So these are all approximations. Now, on this section that we're driving now, we can still do two-wheel drive quite comfortably. The gradient is increasing. We are going higher up as with each meter that we go forward, but no harm done in using two-wheel drive in this section here. Now, there towards the end, about 2 kilometers from the end, there are some hairpin bends that switch back on each other with quite a large gradient increase. Here's water. So there's a big elevation change between the going around the hairpin bends, the switchbacks at the top there, and it is best then to have four-wheel drive and low range, because you can go slowly enough without causing wheel spin and further soil erosion and so on. I enjoy this type of 4x4ing, where you need to overcome an obstacle on your way to somewhere, some place. Unlike when you're driving on a 4x4 track and you're just going from one obstacle to the next just for the sake of doing it. That I don't enjoy so much. Now, I haven't driven on a little bit and thought about what I said earlier on. Maybe let me just clarify. A 4x4 track and driving on it is not the same as going for a 4x4 course in which an instructor teaches you how to tackle the obstacles. That is important. Know how the vehicle works, what the limitations are, how to recover yourself if you get stuck, and so forth. What good practice there is in terms of where straps are attached and how, and so on. We have just gone up to a higher level on the pass, and we're just on a kind of a lookout. It's not really a lookout, there's enough space for cars to pass by, but just looking over the valley down there with the river beside it. And well, there comes another vehicle. There's one behind us also. That looks like a Renault Duster coming up there. Now, they can be two-wheel drive, you do get four-wheel drives as well, but it might be a struggle. Sounds as though it's a diesel though. Diesel will have low down torque, so on the twisty sections it will be easier for that to get up. But you forget the best 4x4s are rented front-wheel drive vehicles. So there we go. We have some ice ahead there, which we'll get to in a minute. And we have the valley down there. So we'll just kind of fast forward to the top. This should give one an indication of how sharp the turns are and how steep the gradient is, perhaps. I'll add a little map to show where we're moving from.
So here we have a few switchbacks, one on top of the other.
The map shows where we pulled away from the frozen waterfall, right to the top where the water post is.
So we have Kwazulu-Natal down there, down the valley, and we have arrived at the highest pub in Africa. We'll see in a minute what's going on inside there. So we're leaving the highest pub in Africa now. We have snow over there in the mountains, and we can hit the road, about 5 hours drive from here.
We have just left the restaurant now, and the GPS shows us that we have to cover 174 kilometers, and it should take about 4 hours and 5 minutes or so. So we should get there well before sunset.
Yes, I can track. That's the highest mountain peak.
So we've hit the gravel now, and unfortunately progress is substantially slower due to the road surface. So we'll see how we go. We are just listening to the sounds down in the valley. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon now, and the estimated time of arrival is now 18:15, which means it will be dark. I hope we are not on these kinds of roads when the sun is gone, but there's no way to go any faster. It is what it is, I guess. It's just past 5 now. The light is not far from gone, and the ETA on the GPS just keeps on getting later and later, so I suppose that we will be driving the same kind of road through the pitch darkness. It is dark, it is 6:45 now. Everybody is quiet, no one wants to say anything anymore. The GPS shows whatever it will, something like the 9 o'clock estimated time of arrival, I don't know. It's just, it keeps on extending as we go along. Anyway, we can't speed, we are kind of dancing on the edge of the mountain here. Okay, we finally hit some tar a few minutes ago. Still a mountain pass. It is 25 to 9 now, with an estimated time of arrival of 21:40. So yeah, I hope it stays tar now, but I think we'll call it a night here, and we'll report back tomorrow, hopefully. So cheers and goodbye.